Alright, so the other day, the President rode the MRT. Kasama niya si DOTR Secretary Vince Dizon, si PCO Secretary Jay Luis. They did it to promote the Pampamilya Pass. Pamilya Pass, 1+3 promo, and they rode dun sa GMA Kamuning Station. The President first inspected the facility, he inserted the card, sumakay sila, kaway-kaway, ganyan. Pagkatapos, I understand they got down sa mall. And bahagi syempre ng komentaryo sa social media is how they were recognized and how they were welcomed by the people both on the train and in the mall, in the areas kung saan po sila nakita publicly. Now, many people think that this is a publicity stunt, and I don't think naman malayo yan sa katotohanan. Of course, the idea is to promote the Pamilya Pass 1+3, which did not get as much airtime as the President being out. The 1+3 pass is supposed to pay 1, get 3, something like that, para nakakasakay ang buong pamilya. So, para daw mas mura, nakakamura sa pamasahe. The question na lang is, how many people will this reach at ilan po ang talagang makaka-benefit dito? And is this a good gimmick, because that's what it is, to encourage riding of the train, or to publicize that the government is doing something for the people? Sabihin na natin na ito po ay isa sa ginagawa ng ating Pangulo para sa taong bayan. Is it, number one, is it enough? And two, does it just really smell gimmicky? Well, para sa akin, talaga namang kailangan gumimik ka to publicize something. Pero yung totoo niyan, kung ang malaki ang benepisyo nito, it is its own publicity. So, yung mga ganito, hindi necessary. But for the President's reputation, necessary. Kailangan na nakikita siya, kailangan nagpapakita siya, nakikita siya ng mga ordinaryong mamamayan, and so on. So, in fact, because of the gimmick, hindi masyadong na-play up. Tinitignan ko yung mga news reports. Even the PCO report, tignan ninyo. News release ng Presidential Communications Office. Commuters thank PBBM for launch of MRT LRT 1+3 promo. But it does not explain very well the promo. It only says, passengers who purchase 1 ticket will receive 3 tickets, helping to reduce travel expenses for families, friends, and groups traveling together. Pero walang parameters na doon sa press release. Instead, most 90% of the press release covered the President's gimmick, or the President riding the train, waving at people, First Lady waving at people, kung sino yung mga kasama nila, and so on. So, what it does is it really smells gimmicky and has earned a lot of criticism. I know. Ang mga common na mga batikos sa social media, number one, Metro Manila lang ang nag-benefit niyan. Agree? Sana in-announce na lang nila na tinuloy yung mga proyekto sa tren, sa halimbawa yung Mindanao Rail, yung mga pagpapaayos ng mga bridges. Don't wait until masira, unahin na yung rehabilitation, yung mga RORO, and so on. In fact, wala pa rin update hanggang ngayon ang DOTR doon sa North Rail. Ano na ba ang state of kailan ba yan matatapos? Kamusta naman ang progress? Itinigil nila for 5 years ang PNR going south after it had been rehabilitated by the Duterte administration. And up to this day, hindi pa rin po nila ine-explain. Maganda naman yung pampamilya, pampamilya 1+3. Bale, ako I don't mind, makakaginhawa naman talaga yan sa mga tao talagang sumasakay ng tren. Pero ang karamihan dun sa mga mahihirap dito sa Pilipinas ay hindi na po nakakaabot sa tren. Kasi masyadong mahal as compared to jeepney fare. And yung talagang mga tunay na dukha, kahit jeepney fare, nahihirapan sila. So baka dapat, yun po ang sinasagot natin. Yun dapat ang ginagawa natin, ang ating isinusulong. Again, why is the President doing this? Well, hindi naman siguro lingid sa kanyang kaulaman yung kanyang ratings. At in-acknowledge niya in his podcast/interview with Katunying na may problema po talaga ang kanilang ratings, may problema talaga ang appreciation ng taong bayan sa kanilang achievements or non-achievements as the case might be. So, maybe the President should stick to finding ways so that people will better benefit from government services. Hindi lang po yung mga ganito, kasi yung mga ganito, it's a gimmick, it's temporary. Bili ka ng one ticket, you get free or whatever. How long will this take? Hanggang kailan yan? Will they be able to sustain it? Wala, ang daming unanswered questions at hindi rin nakatulong yung press release ng PCO. Maybe the President should also look into whether or not efficient ang kanyang mga cabinet secretaries at ang mga departamento where he has direct control and supervision over his own people. Ano ba naman, ever since nung kasi as early as 2023, alam natin na kukonti na, hindi gaya ng dati na linggo-linggo ang cabinet meetings, ang presidente ay nag-cut back sa mga cabinet meetings, posible dahil marami mga travels in 2023, nag-cut back siya sa cabinet meetings, and even in 2024, hindi na ganun ka-regular, and instead, the president says or claims that he meets instead with the cluster groups. Wala naman po tayong nakikita masyado na mga reports galing sa mga cluster groups na ito. Either kulang sa sa ginagawang trabaho ang PCO or kulang ang ginagawang trabaho ng presidente mismo. Hindi siya on top of what the regular cabinet is doing. So, if the president really intended to deliver services, he should veer away from gimmickry and start shaping up the departments. Halimbawa, ang Department of Tourism posted its lowest number of tourist arrivals since the pandemic. Syempre, we didn't expect that in 2022 or 2023, aabot na ang tourist arrivals to pre-pandemic levels. Ang problema, actually, they're not really making any headway. Base dun sa mga reports, ilang milyon lang. And pinapad pa ng DOT minsan yung kanilang mga claims of tourist arrivals, folding it into the arrivals of balikbayans. But even this year, hindi na nila kayang dayain dahil kukunti na rin po ang ilang mga umuuwi ng mga balikbayan o OFWs. So, again, it isn't so much about these special projects. What is important is that government delivers on the services they're supposed to be delivering. Umpisahan na natin sa mga cabinet secretaries. Bagong palit, halimbawa, ang Department of Environment and Natural Resources Secretary. The Secretary Popo Lotilla came from the DOE, but he has been transferred to the DENR. Now, on both departments, he is eminently qualified because he's Popo Lotilla. He also is one of the foremost, one of the experts, or he teaches public international law. Pasensya na kung ilagay ko na naman yung picture ni House Speaker. Naku, kung nagre-reklamo na naman. Ayan, sinamahan na po kayo ni Sir Berus na nagalit. Sir Yue. Sabi ni Rose, hindi dapat banding. Projects that will benefit the majority of the people must be the priority. Hindi yung kapogi po dahil halata naman ng tao yan. And in fact, kitang-kita ang kaputian dito sa latest gimmick na ito. Unfortunately, what this administration suffers from is a lack of imagination, lack of creativity, and a lack of true intention to serve the people. Ano ba naman yun, di ba? Shape up the departments and the rest will take care of itself. So, meanwhile, isa dun sa okay, balik tayo dun sa topic. Sabi ni Fred Dubay, subsidized na naman po ba ng government ang libreng 3 pasahero? If subsidized po, wala na po yata talaga silang maiisip na magandang plano or proyekto. Yes, that is it is like we said, an unfortunate lack of imagination, or even an unfortunate lack of real intent to serve. Masyado silang, how do you call this, gimmick-oriented. Katulad nga ng sinabi natin from the very start, as early as 2023, sinasabi natin na it is unfortunate that this administration, every time may problema, ang parating nire-reseta nila ay PR. Either may press release, may bagong gimmick, or may denial. Sasabihin na, hindi totoo yan. Ganyan. O yung mga tipong, si Attorney Kaufman ay napapaligiran ng mga taong nagpe-fake news at naniniwala naman siya. These things do not serve the people. They only serve the individuals occupying their positions. And it is very, very sad na yung kakaganyan nila, wala talagang na-accomplish. Nagsasayang lang sila ng oras natin. So, meanwhile, marami pong nagtatanong kung ano na ang estado ng impeachment. Totoo ba daw na hindi ito matutuloy? Nag-striptease ang Senado. At the start, it seemed to me na wala na yan, tapos na yan. Kasi they set the schedule for the reading of the articles of impeachment on the last day of session dito sa Senado. However, may mga naririnig rin tayo na ang mga kongresista ay desidido na itulak nila na matuloy ang impeachment. Na gagalit, halimbawa, si Congresswoman Laila De Lima dun sa mga delays at ito po ay ine-echo o sinusundan din ng sariling statement ni Senator Risa Hontiveros. Hindi daw dapat magtagal yan. Bukod pa dyan kanina, nag-manifestation si Senator, kahapon ba o kanina? Nag-manifestation si Senator Tol who did not make it to the 20th Congress, is not going to make it to the 20th Congress, at sinabi na hindi na dapat makakatawid ang impeachment proceedings o ang impeachment trial, sa 20th Congress. Okay? Medyo ang daming comments na nagsasabing, wow, too little, too late naman yata ito. Diba? However, I am not discounting the possibility that there still might be an attempt. Ang nakikita natin ngayon, syempre, medyo kabado si Senator Chis Escudero dun sa kanyang posisyon bilang Senate President. Dahil posibleng i-challenge siya ng Duterte faction. So, in order to get into the good graces of the Duterte faction, incoming in the Senate, pinatatagal niya. However, mag-uumpisa pa rin siya on July 11. Ulitin ko mag-uumpisa pa rin with the reading of the articles of impeachment. So, what does this mean? It means na tinitingnan pa ng mga how do you call this? Senators that are aligned with the administration, in particular Senator Chis Escudero, hindi naman po yata sikreto na very strongly identified siya with the First Lady. Now, ang tanong is, kung talagang hindi na nila gustong ituloy, bakit babasahin pa ang articles of impeachment on the 11th? Or may mga nagsasabi naman, binidrinksmanship, sinasagad naman ni Senator Chis para kung sakasakali, sasabihin nila, for lack of material time. But wait, sabi kasi ni Senate President Chis Escudero na pwede, base dun sa kanyang evaluation, maaaring tumawid ang impeachment trial from the 19th Congress to the 20th Congress. Ang argumento niya ay katulad ito ng isang trial sa regional trial court o sa mga trial courts for criminal or civil cases. Kapag nawala yung judge, napalitan yung judge, nagkasakit or whatever, another judge takes over at hindi po nawawala ng jurisdiction yung hukuman. Unfortunately, that argument does not necessarily apply to impeachment trial because it is sui generis. Ibig sabihin, nag-iisa siya, hindi natin maihalin tulad sa ibang mga paglilitis dahil nag-iisa siya. Bukod pa dyan, ang sinasabi ay maaari din naman, well, magulo pa. In other words, kung sakaling mayroong maghahatol with finality kung ano ang tunay na maaaring gawin, ito ba ay dapat nag-uumpisa at nagtatapos sa isang kongreso o maaari po ba itong tumawid? Dati tinatanong na natin yan. Ang stand natin dito sa Luminous is hindi yan pwedeng tumawid. Dahil tingnan ninyo ang ibang trabaho ng Senado sa pagpa-file ng mga bills, sa mga inquiries. Pag hindi yan natapos sa isang kongreso, kailangan start over sa susunod. Bakit nila iibahin ang impeachment? Hi, Ma'am Zaidi, thank you. Sabi niya, I wanted to contribute a little for the Hague Clip. My wish is to meet you there and take a selfie. Let me know when you have your sked, please. Yes po. So, actually, salamat po. Kasi from now on, from about 2 weeks ago, lahat po ng kinikita namin na sa Super Chat, Super Sticker, at saka yung dun sa Facebook, plus yung mga gifts dito sa TikTok ay ina-apply namin doon sa aming, sa aming ipon para makapunta kami sa Hague. I have to make time for it. But yes, ma'am, thank you very, very much for that. Sabi ni Bolancho, magandang matuloy impeachment para mapahiya sila at malinis pangalan ni Sara. Sa akin, hindi nadungisan ang pangalan niya. Kayo nang naman ang nagsasabi niyan eh. Sa totoo ba, naniniwala ba kayo sa paratang? Kasi madudungisan lang siya kung tunay yan. What does the Constitution say? It says, no person may be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. So yung kanilang mga sinasabi, mga akusasyon outside of a trial should not have any effect on her reputation kasi sila yung mali. hindi nila napatunayan sa isang hukuman, sa isang proceeding, yung mga kanilang akusasyon. Para naman kayong Trillanes School of investigation, kumbaga. Mag-aakusa ka, tapos kailangan yung tao ang magpatunay na inosente siya. Baliktad po. Ang pinapatunay, ayon sa ating saligang batas, ay guilt, hindi po innocence. Ang innocence, presumed po yan. So, ang maganda niyan is, para sa akin, there's no need na malinis yung pangalan ni Inday because nothing that Congress says should detract from her reputation. All they're doing is all sound and fury signifying nothing. Because unless they have evidence and that evidence is presented before a court of competent jurisdiction, nothing has been and can be or should be taken away from them. Huwag po natin kasi linya po yan ng Kongreso. Kailangan nilinis niya, kailangan i-defend niya yung sarili niya. No! Kailangan patunayan ng Kongreso. Now, impeachment ang gusto nila. Wala namang immunity ang ating vice-presidente. They could have filed this in the regular courts. And in fact, sinasabi ni DOJ Secretary, iniimbestigahan si VP Inday for possible filing of cases, yada yada, for possible filing in the ombudsman of the appropriate cases. Ay nako, put your money where your mouth is. Walk the talk, for crying out loud. Nag-i-insist sila na na impeachment because there was a time that they thought that they could control the Senate and control its outcome. Parang redo ng corona impeachment, katulad nung ginawa under the Pinoy administration. But you can't, history repeats itself, first as tragedy and next as farce. Will they get that kind of, will they get the same kind of outcome? Yung magagawa ba uli to an enlightened citizenry yung mag-aakusa sila, maninira ng maninira so that halos naniwala ang mga tao dun sa panahon ni Corona. And years later, we were proven wrong. Ganyan ba ang gusto nila, ang hangad nila sa ating vice-presidente? Para sa akin, the best thing is to presume innocence. Hindi na dapat, and not to push the envelope on impeachment. It's one of those things where they are trying to go for a particular outcome, pero in the process, nagagalit nila the very people whose approval they are seeking. Ay nako. Sabi ni Ola, I think this is all planned and scripted. I don't think they would spend those funds to fix the venue, get robes, etc. It's really hard to say parate merong magic ng Tambi. Posible. But mark my words, these people will not go into a proceeding that they're not going to try to control. So how are they going to try to control? Possibly to suborn witnesses. I say possibly. I'm not saying that's what they're going to do. I and I. So, di ba? Possibly they could try that. Because the fact of the matter is, there is no judgment, there is no decision made by the COA with regard to whether or not the confidential funds had been spent in accordance with the memorandum. Di ba? May mga rules yan and it was embodied in a joint memorandum. Ito ba ay maayos na ginastos nang naaayon doon sa memorandum? Kasi yun po yung rules eh. So yung mga humihirit na, ay, Piatos and so on, Mary Grace and all that, they don't understand the memorandum itself. But a simple reading of that will indicate that the confidentiality of the people who received confidential funds is absolute. Ang makakakita lang dapat niyang COA. Sabi ni Ma'am Maylene, sa social media po, manipulation ang nangyayari. Yes, and in fact, there are still some people whose accounts have been placed in danger or had been temporarily taken down. Katulad po nung kay Doc Lorraine na natanggal for a while. Si Sas natanggal for a while. Sabi ni General Sayo, tapos binuyang-yang ng Kongreso. Ay, nako. Ganito yan. Binuyang-yang nila are the aliases. But somewhere, if the has been correctly implemented. Ayoko nang sabihin, baka maging depensa ni VP Inday eh. Sigurado ako may pinanghahawakan siya. Ganun na lang. Sabi ni Frockinator, baka daanin na naman nila sa self-confidence ang impeachment trial gaya ng ginawa ni Remulla sa Senate hearing ni Aim. Uy, grabe ka. But very well said and quite accurate actually. Uy, thank you, Sir Paul. Sabi ni Kaupe, hindi nga nila pinasilita si VP nung nag-i-inquire sila. Yes, actually, because they want an impeachment. They want that because they can control the outcome. It means, and this for me is good news, ha? It means hindi sila nagdududa sila sa trial courts. Baka maging fair. Di ba? They don't want to take their chances because they can actually file these cases. However, ha, magka-reasonable doubt lang dyan sa trial court, madidismiss yung mga kaso. Kasi the burden of proof, or the quantum of evidence required to prove any of these in a criminal proceeding should be to establish guilt beyond reasonable doubt. So, basta may doubt that is reasonable, the case will be dismissed. Or the finding should be that there is insufficient evidence to make a finding of guilt. Maraming salamat, Sir Paul. Sabi ni This is T, if sa COA report ni VP sa funds niya, no problems, makakatulong ba ito? That's the absolute. Kasi it is COA and COA alone who will be able to say that. In fact, ang theory of the case ni Congressman now Senator, incoming Senator Marcoleta, is that Congress is usurping the power of COA. Only COA gets to say that. This should not even be a subject for an impeachment proceeding. It should be a subject for investigation by COA. And if the VP had gone through that particular inquiry and they were given a chance and they had in fact submitted the necessary documents, bakit Kongreso has its own parallel investigation? And worse, they now want the Senate to make a decision on impeachment for a matter that should be solely determined by COA. Subject, of course, to a review on certiorari for if a finding was made with grave abuse of discretion by the Supreme Court. Huh? So, bakit importante sa inyo yung mapahiya yung tao kesa yung protektahan nyo si VP Inday? Kasi namin ko nakikita nito, sana matuloy na lang para mapahiya yung kabila. Ako hindi. Because it is jeopardy. You are placing the Vice President in danger. Kung ako, personally, I know what people are saying. Pero ako, hindi. Why put her through that? Why does she have to defend herself? Kasi kung para sa akin, alone, there isn't even enough evidence to have gotten it to the Senate. So, yan ang problema. You will subject a person to the rigors of trial, put her in jeopardy. Para sa kagustuhan ninyo mapahiya yung kabila. Ano mas importante sa inyo? Well, hindi ako galit, no? It's just my argument. Para sa akin, for any of those arguments, what is more important is to safeguard the Vice President. We know that they're after her. We know that what they're trying to do is get her disqualified. Chief Justice Corona should not have been impeached, should not have gone through trial, should not have been removed. We find out years later, after a privileged speech by Senator Jinggoy Estrada, saying that at least 50 million had been offered to each of the senators. Ito pa yung masaya dyan. Nobody ever investigated the senators. So, why? Para sa akin, if we can cut it off right now, why put her through that? I know she's ready. I know she's brave. I know she is very secure in her innocence. But I am not quite as secure with the House. Sabi ni Dan, we should learn a lesson from the Corona tragedy of an impeachment. I concur with the idea of not pushing the envelope on impeachment. Kasi para sa akin, it isn't about saving face or embarrassing the people who have accused her. It's not about that. That's not the reason you go to court. That's not the reason you have a proceeding. You have a proceeding because there is a person who has been accused of something and we have to determine if that person still deserves to sit. Now, we don't know that. Now, even if we have so many senators on our side, why put her through the rigors of trial? Also, yan, did you see how many of the congressmen have been promising one leader, another, ako, dyan ako sa'yo, speaker, or dyan po ako sa'yo, Kong, or dyan po ako sa inyo. Kaiduran season. And I do not trust any of the politicians who have decision-making powers right now to not go back on their word. I don't know. But it might just be me. I understand that everybody, but many people think that dapat matuloy yan, dapat ganito yan. VP Inday cannot afford to make it look like umiiwas siya. So, sure, she'll go through with it. She's brave, she's ready, she's secure and all that. Ako hindi. Kasi, I trust the Vice President. I don't trust the people who might have to be sitting in judgment over her. Sabi ni Pinay Forever, VP Sara does not deserve to be treated in such a demeaning manner as impeachment. She's the last person to be doubted as corrupt. Grabe. Oy, 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 oy. It's a political process, sabi ni Matt. She didn't explain the Confi Fund. The question is, was she required? Does she have to answer Congress? And here's the thing. Congress itself might have been violating their own rules. The problem is, immune sila. So they have been violating due process. They have violated, at least in some of the proceedings that we have seen being conducted. But they are immune from suit. And yes, we accept that. But this is the thing. When it comes to losing anything, due process requires that the presumption is innocence. Anong she didn't explain? Kailangan patunayan ng kabila. She doesn't have to explain. Do you know that in criminal cases, the defense does not have to put up a defense? And in fact, can propose several theories na salu-salungat because the burden is always on the prosecution to prove it. To prove that something has been done wrong. Honestly, she didn't explain. Pwede naman siyang manahimik lang and the presumption will still vest with her because that was not a proceeding to remove her. Right? Those inquiries in aid of legislation is not a proceeding that the Constitution requires to guarantee the protection of her rights. She didn't explain. She could have just been quiet and that would have been perfectly fine. The Constitution says the presumption is she is innocent with or without an explanation. That's why wag kayong magpapadala o unless dun ka talaga. That is what the comms are doing. That's what their comms are doing. They're trying to make it look like she is guilty without any due process. So, tapos sasabihin nyo, it's a political process. Yeah, I get that. Oh, but she is not required to explain. She is not. If there is danger for her to lose anything, no. The explanation was not necessary. It is not the correct venue. They could have filed the case in court. O, yan, para hindi political process. And there she will be required to put up a defense if they provide enough evidence. Alam nyo ba na if the prosecution provides evidence but it does not reach the quantum of evidence, you can stop the entire proceeding and ask for what we call a demurrer to evidence, which means that the prosecution has not reached its burden of proof. There is no need for an accused to explain. There is in fact no need for an accused to put up a defense unless the court says that the evidence, the quantum of evidence requires them to put up that defense. If the prosecution has not reached it, no need. It can be dismissed. That's how significant burden of proof is. That's how significant the presumption of innocence is. Sabi ni Ma'am Gracia, I don't trust those who keep on changing sides. Yep. Sabi ni Patato Tini, in a recent interview, VP Sara clarified that she did not answer or explain because no congressman asked her about the CF during the hearings. Oh, there you go. Yeah, they actually avoided it. They asked her people, hindi siya. You know why? Because I don't think that she has anything signed. Hindi siya yung approving authority on that one, or the authority has been delegated. So, but that is my stand on the impeachment. I am not in favor na ituloy yun para malinis ang pangalang BS and a half. Seriously, that's just pure bovine manure because the presumption is innocence. And by the way, since she is not immune from suit, the question now is, why are they pushing for impeachment? Why don't they file in the regular courts if they believe that the crime has been committed? Sabi ni Awi, The problem is these people are just looking at this impeachment trial as entertainment. So gusto nila ng circus that would humiliate either VP or the opponents. I suppose so, because politics really is our main source of entertainment in this country. Sabi ni Julito, hello po, good evening, watching from Caloocan. May punto naman po kayo, baka matulad kay Justice Coronas, unconstitutional nakapending din yung apela ni VP sa Supreme Court. Nakakalito din, tapos na yung 19th Congress, so mabaliwala na rin yung inihain na impeachment. Kasi one impeachment lang sa isang taon. Kaya nga political process, pero naging political demolition and political persecution. Tama din naman kailangan mag-explain ni VP kung nag-akusa dapat ang magpatunay at magpakita ng ebidensya. Sabi ni JP, I get your point. Isa ako sa gustong matuloy impeachment para malaman ng taong bayan kalokohan ng kabilang parlor, but I realized the goal was to secure seats in the last election and it backfired horribly. So, but like I said, that's me. Sabi ni Mocha Princess, they want to permanently get rid of her because they fear potential retribution. I think may basis. It'd be retribution, but certainly they're not going to be able to lord it over in the administration after elections in 2028. Ayun, sabi ni Ginelli, in the beginning, attorney, nakakahinala naman talagang pag-transfer ni BBM ng CF na yan for 11 days, tapos need magastos ka agad. Yeah, yun talaga. The question is, diba, it was the Office of the President that released the CF based on the and as approved or with the approval of the Department of Budget. So, pero I think the others that have been that form the basis of the impeachment complaint is the one for 2023 also. No, they don't. Sabi ni ALCD, why is the Vice President not immune from suit? Senators and congressmen have immunity. No po, they're not immune from suit, from all suit. They are immune from suit for their acts or for the things that they say in Congress. It's called the speech and debate clause of the Constitution. Well, actually the US Constitution, upon which we based our own clause. The Constitution says that in debates, privileged speeches, inquiries in aid of legislation, the Supreme Court said that one. Their actions as congressmen or senators in pursuit of their duties, they are immune from suit. So, yun nga, speech and debate, meaning, yung mga ganon, what they say, when they make accusations, wala silang libel, ganyan. So, pati dun sa, sa inquiries in aid of legislation, they're immune from suit. But, if they do something outside of Congress or commit common crimes, they are not immune.